All right, guys. Welcome to live intuitive readings with Yolessa. So I've been doing this for the past couple of weeks. I have started again with doing live readings for you guys. So what this involves and entails is you come on and you can ask me questions pretty much about any aspect of your life, whether it's your purpose and direction, your relationships, or anything that you feel like you want insight into understanding on your journey here on earth. You can ask questions. You post your questions in the comments, and I will answer them to the very best of my ability. So, for those of you who are just tuning in and watching, again, welcome to live readings with Yolessa. If you want to ask questions, all you've got to do is post your question in the comments. Ask questions, meaning you want me to read you, and I will do so. So, normally, as we're just getting warmed up and started, I like to start with kind of just a general reading about what's going on Earth here, like an Earth report, guys. So I'm just going to tune in and do my Earth landscape report for you guys as I'm waiting for our people to hop on and write their questions in the comments so that I can answer them for you. Oh, I already see some questions coming in here. All right, so I'll come back to our Earth reading in a moment. So I see Somaya, I think I'm saying your name mistaken. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, welcome to Healy Silliman. All right, Somaya, you're asking, I'm preparing to getting into the data analysis field. Will I get there? I'm also looking for a warehouse and some other jobs too. What do you see for me? So Mia, I just want to clarify. So Maya, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. So Maya, I just want to clarify. When you say also looking for warehouse, you mean you're also looking for a job in a warehouse? Like you're looking at that as one of your options that you can do. If you can clarify to me, that would just be so wonderfully helpful. Either way, I'm going to go in. I want to say hello to Mangala. Uh, all right, welcome, guys. All right, so I'm just going to take my usual moment and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. All right, so Samaya, you're saying warehouse jobs too. Okay, I got it. So you're wondering about your job situation. Well, I get there. I'm gonna take my deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. All right. And I'm just going to fall silent for a moment. So Maya, I feel like, first of all, before I even answer your question, because I feel like part of what you're asking is like, which job am I going to land, or what situation I'm going to land in? But I feel like a little bit before I even talk about that, I feel called to kind of slow you down. Like I feel like you're frantically going around, maybe because you do feel like you frantically need a job because you need income. But I feel your nervous system is riding high and you're kind of frantically going around, kind of looking at anything and everything that you possibly think that you would have the skills to do as an option for you. And that's okay, but that is a very survivalist way of approaching this situation. I would advise you to really look at this job search as an opportunity. So, if you're able to come out of this survival mentality a little bit, like, I just need a job, which I understand that you do, you can take a little bit of moment to really think about what kind of job you actually want, how much money you actually want to make, and decide that you're capable of making that amount of money and attaining that job. Which, even when I say that, I can feel my solar plexus. So I know that you struggle with esteem and confidence around thinking, that you are in a place or of such empowerment or an authority to be able to be choosing and selecting your jobs and life and directing it in this way. I guess what I'm saying is, rather than being like moving around in a more desperate, like I need this so bad type of energy, you're going to get more of what you want if you can approach it from a more whole place, um, where you already know, like, or are projecting through your aura, your value. And that, of course, the thing that I'm saying that I want deep in my heart, or I would prefer, is for me, because for ABC reasons, I actually deserve it. I feel like you just want to practice a little bit more in this direction. So in terms of, like, because you're still probably wondering, what about this data analysis field? Like, what options kind of look better for me? So I feel like you're going to approach the job market from the point of view of, I need to make money. So I feel like the, the job that's going to satisfy you or make you happy is going to be the most lucrative one. So I suspect that the warehouse job is not the most lucrative one. So I want you to think about which is the most lucrative job, since right now, if you're real honest, it's about money, and you're going to go for that one. I feel that you can have any of these jobs. You can literally have any of these jobs. It's not a matter of one's better than the other. They don't feel like career paths. They feel more like a job that you're doing right now because you want to get some money. And a career is something that you will think more deeply about, like, once you feel like, survival is off the table. Okay. So I hope that helps. So you're saying warehouse jobs too, also building skills in data analysis. Yes, I think you're drawn to data analysis both because you can do it, and also because you feel that it can become a career that makes the money. So I just want you to understand that's what you're motivated by. It's not the job itself. You're thinking more in terms of lucrative and money. So whatever gets you there, because that's the goal you're going for, that's what you're going to choose. And then later on, when you are surviving, you may choose differently. Okay. All right. So I see you've written, all right, because of financial situation, I'm not shifted my aim to warehouse job or related to this. Okay. All right. You get the idea. Your warehouse is not your career path. That's right. It is not your career path. Okay. So Haley Sillyman, you're asking, I lost a necklace my mom gave me. Can you help me find it? So let's see, Haley, if there are some clues that we get. So it's usually this kind of thing, lost something, will sort of come in clues. So I'm just going to take that deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I'm just going to focus on you, Haley, and connecting to your energy. So, Haley, it feels like this necklace is not in the home. So when did you lose it? I mean, I feel like I was asked to ask you that question, which kind of seems self-evident to ask in the first place. But it just feels like it's not in the home. In fact, I saw a park, green field, like big green field. Try to think back to when you lost it, but I just saw grass. Um, I saw grass. I hope that gives you some kind of clue. I absolutely feel like you need to look outside. It's outside. Okay. All right. So moving on, we saying hey, giving a shout out to I hope I'm saying the name correctly. Elia Perez, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, and we come to Mangala's question. So remember, guys, if you're just joining in now, this live intuitive readings with Yolessa. Um, if you want me to read you, you can leave your question in the comments, and I will address and answer your question in the order that they are posted. All right, so let's talk to Mangala SB11.SB11. Can I have your insight into my marriage life? I'm Mangala, 29th August 1984. Thank you. And husband Shiva Prasad, this is kind of roller coaster relationship. All right, so let me see here, Mangala. So I'm just going to do my usual and falling silent. Immediately, I feel like I've read you before, first of all. Um, is this true? Um, Maybe some time ago. I feel like I know your energy, like I've read you before. But what I'm getting is your husband. How can I say this? He is like not really able to move inside he's not really able to move well inside his masculine energy. Literally, I'll just be honest with you. If I got a vision of him and, it was like showing me that um, his his masculine energy was small. I don't think that's like literally. It just means that his ability to confidently move inside, his ability to be a man, is difficult, which means that you're going to be left frustrated because he's not really going to be able to reflect, what you might call like male containment, or he's not it's going to be difficult for this man to give you what you're looking for in a man that you may not even be able to put to words, which is basically that he really takes care of you and protects you and keeps you safe, but not just in the obvious ways, like in all the subtle ways, mentally, emotionally, physically, materially, like all of it. This is not a skill I feel this man has cultivated. Maybe he was coddled a great deal when he was growing up, or he was a mama's boy or whatnot. I don't even know if it said he was a mama's boy. He was just maybe really catered to a little bit too much, to where he hasn't learned the beauty and the power that comes with being able to really care for a woman. So, Mangala, I can see like you get frustrated in this situation. It goes into power struggles because you're wanting things from him and it's difficult for him to give them. So, let me try to understand what might be the solution, or how for you to deal with this situation in general. The first thing I'm getting is you need to take your focus off of him. You need to, if you're nagging, if you find yourself nagging, criticizing any of these things, you need to take your focus off of him. All of that is going to essentially make the situation much worse. What, because he's going to become more aggravated. And what is needed is for you to choose that, despite the nature of your marriage, that you're going to go on to live a good life and do the things that you want to do. And so I'm being shown that your step would be to focus on your own happiness outside the marriage. And I feel like this may then reciprocate or come back to you with him softening and aspects of the marriage changing. But as long as you focus on him and you keep thinking about him and the things he's doing or he's not doing, I can feel this situation is going to exasperate you and exasperate him. And if anything, get worse. Okay? So Mangala, I hope that helps. Okay. So let me see here. I'm just reading in the comments. We are still having some kind of detachment. Yeah. Yes, long back ago you read. That's so true. Even I feel he's stubborn and egoistic. Yes, grudges, past memories, and conflicts. Yes. Okay. So Mangala, you're right. Because of our child, I want to save this marriage. I understand. So I feel like the way to even have a possibility or a chance for you to save this marriage is for you to become heavily self-focused. Okay. All right. So clever Stephanie. Hello, hello, hello. It's good to see you. That's so cool. All right. So just reading in the comments here. So remember, guys, this is live intuitive readings with Yolessa. If you want a reading with me, all you got to do is post your question in the comments and I will answer them. We still have a few minutes left here. All right. So I'm just reading these comments here. Welcome, Lita, and you are welcome, Mangala. I hope I could be helpful to you. All right, you guys. So what I'm going to do as we wait for any last comments to come in, I'm going to do my earth reading, as you know. Okay, we got a question. Clever Stephanie is asking, should I accept the floral department position I was just offered in Soldotna, Alaska today? Will I be able to pay my bills, make it, and quit my housekeeping job here in Cooper Landing with a crazy lady at Moat? Okay. All right. So just taking a deep breath. I'm going to take this deep breath in. So I'm not laughing at your question, Stephanie. But the crazy lady at Moat is just a funny expression. So let me see here. I'm going to take that deep breath in and out. I'm going to focus in your energy, Stephanie. Yes, I'm getting that. So I'm getting that it's a good thing for you to accept this job in the floral department. The only thing that you're feeling is that it is so out of your element. You're like, when do I design flower arrangements? Like, I feel like that's what you're thinking. Like, this is so out of my element. Can I even really do this job? It's almost comical. But I feel like you can and you will. And it'll give you the opportunity to get away from the crazy lady. So it'll just serve some functions. It does not feel like something you're going to do for, super long, like some months. You're going to do it and then move on. And you'll learn about flower arrangements. And that's it. So right now you're just in a situation where you're kind of moving from task to task or job to job, more out of the motivation of going from one bad situation to a better situation. You're in this kind of negotiation pipeline, And what we want is for you to eventually get on top of this to where it's not this negotiation survival pipeline, to where you have positioned yourself such that you're doing work that feels purposeful and sustainable and builds on itself, whether it's with somebody else, like almost more career oriented. So I want you to begin to put that in your brain, But I understand right now you have to survive, but just keep, putting that auto suggestion in your brain, because if you program it subconsciously, eventually some situation is going to manifest like that. That's going to create much more stability for you. Okay. All right. I hope that's helpful, Stephanie. Somehow you always found that way. So I see a question from Margaret Ricciardone. Hi, Alyssa. So hold on. So it says here, do you have any insight for me on my ex and finances? I have to start processing to give him half my 401k. He's been asking me to get it done. And because of all that happened, this is killing me. And he owes me money and I need to negotiate. So I'm getting the sense, Margaret, that what you're saying is that it's killing you, like literally financially, to have to do this. So let me see here. So I'm just gonna focus inwardly and let's see what comes, Margaret. So Margaret, I really am getting that you should just give him that money, because this man is going to hunt you down. He's going to chase you and he's going to make your life a living hell. Sometimes, even though you're worried about the finances, it's not worth the headache. There are things that are more valuable than that money. And you're thinking, oh, what a cost, what a shame. But I truly feel that if you just let go, you're going to make that money back. You're going to find your way back into a stable situation within 3 years. I would highly suggest you let it go and let this person go with it. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go, as they say in Frozen. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Be done with this man. He will make your life a living hell if you do not. Okay? All right. So Stephanie, you're asking, we'll come back to Stephanie. Should I move there now or stay put for another couple of weeks? Well, can you move there, or can you start this floral job without moving there? I guess is the question. I say, do you think I'll be okay to move closer to the floral job now? I have a cabin to rent there, or stay here and commute a couple of weeks and finish up cleaning for this crazy lady. So let me see. Finish up cleaning for this crazy lady. Oh my God, unbelievably, Stephanie, I'm getting, it is worth taking the time to finish up cleaning for the crazy lady. The reason being, so this is not what I would have predicted. This is not at all, so sometimes the information that comes through is not what your Alyssa's brain would suggest. It's a long drive if you stay. How old is this crazy lady? So you don't have to stay there permanently, but I'm saying you may have to commute for maybe up to 8 weeks potentially. And I'm seeing that it wouldn't be a bad thing, because crazy lady somehow can offer you recommendations. Is this true? Is she someone who's in a position to give recommendations for you to other people for jobs? It feels like she is, even though she's crazy. So while it's not necessary, it could benefit you down the road. When you're trying to work your situations, it could benefit you down the road. So I know it's probably not what you want to hear. You're like, I just need to leave the crazy lady and move on. But if you can hold on 4 to 8 weeks, you would, I feel, be in a more advantageous situation. More advantageous situation. All right. So she said, I think around my age or a bit younger, that crazy lady, how old she is. Okay. All right. I hope that helps you, Stephanie. All right. And finally, so we're just concluding here. So it's going to be my last question, guys. What message do I need to hear today? Clever Stephanie, right? No, she just wants me to work forever. Nobody likes her. Can't stay that long due to snow. Oh, I see. Nobody likes her. Does she have money or something? Why does she have leverage over people? That's the question, okay? All right. So KV Vera says, what message do I need to hear today for myself? So KV Vera, you're going to want to ask a direct question. So if you're there, you're actually going to want to ask a question. I told you, Stephanie, that woman has money. People may not like her, but if she's the person who could call somebody and get you a job in a moment, in a flash, I'm telling you. So, you have to calculate within yourself. Worth it, not worth it. And she will. She's the type of person that if you do favors for her, she will return the favor. She's just very extremely demanding. Okay. All right. So KV Wira, you got to ask that question. Otherwise, you guys, I'm going to do So KV Wira, you got to ask a question. Saying just marriage is not a question. All right. So I'm going to focus on, I'm going to wrap up here. And I'm going to focus on giving a reading about the earth, right? As I love to do in these times. So let me just see. Oh, this is so interesting. I often get a lot of hits when it comes to the earth, and a lot of these hits circle around the weather in particular recently. And last time I did this live, it was about all the fires that are happening all over the world, and they are all over the world. So some that we might see in the news, but there's a whole bunch of fires happening that we are not seeing in the world. And I'm literally mean all over the world, Europe, China, it's literally everywhere. These fires are not accidents in the sense that the fires itself kind of are like responses to an imbalance like that already exists in the land. And now I'm seeing, get ready from the environment perspective, because water is coming. So in the next 2 to 3 months, there's going to be a lot of floods. So first we had fire, and now the water is coming. So I am putting out an advisory alert, I guess, and I'm saying those areas that are prone to flooding. Yes, prone to flooding. You are not going to want to visit in the next three months, like until November, because there are literally going to be floods everywhere. It is coming. I just see rain all over the earth. So this is part of the imbalance. The fire is coming. The fire is bringing the water in terms of alchemy. So, just in general, this probably isn't the moment in time in life to go travel to somewhere where you're going to be in the middle of the ocean. The ocean can override you. I know, naturally, from a logic point of view, we are coming into typhoon and hurricane season, but I feel like this is beyond hurricane and typhoon season. There will be unnatural floods in a lot of places. So keep yourself safe, you guys, and I will see you in 2 weeks. That's it. Stephanie saying, oh, shoot, yes, flooding and mudslides. I've seen it and been through that. See, clever Stephanie, because you're traveling, you're up in Alaska. That's where you can witness this stuff the most. All right, guys, my report is done. If you want a live reading with Yolessa, Make sure to tune in. We do this every 2 weeks. Get on our email list. You can go to sedonahealingarts.com and get on our email list to get notified when we have these lives. Get your questions ready, and I will be ready for you. Until we meet again, I love you all. Bye.